What's up, everybody? And today we're checking out the Bloodiest Battle of Chosen Company Part 1. This is International Legionnaires Ukraine. I will leave a link down below in the description, as always. Please go over there, give them some support. They've got like donation links and stuff in there. Go and give them some support if you can. A lot of people have asked me to watch this since I watched the other Chosen Company video. The what was it called? Violence of Action. And I'm excited to watch it. The only difference is this is quite long. Instead of it just being one video of like 50 minutes, it's a two-part, and both of them are 50 minutes. And I feel like I am obligated to watch both parts as long as you guys like it. If you like this video and you comment and there is enough engagement, then I will certainly watch the rest of it. But it's longer, and I'm trying to think of how I'm going to do it. What I'm going to do is usually I break up a video like this into 2 to 3 parts because it just takes a long time, but because it's 2 of them, that would be long. So instead of putting up 2 videos today, like I usually do, I do one at 4 p.m. and one at 9 p.m. I'm just going to put the one video up today, and I'm just going to watch this for a bit longer, maybe go for like half an hour of the video and try and break up the 2-part videos. And if I can do both parts of the videos in like 3 videos, I think that would be a pretty spot on idea. Let me know what you think in the comments about that. Obviously, these are quite intense videos as well. So we'll see how we go. And it also depends if you guys like watching it. If you guys are watching it, then I'll watch it. And if you guys aren't interested, then I won't bother. Before we get started, though, the channel sponsored Chug. Now, you guys know I have been amazed by this product for a very long time now. And that's why they are a channel sponsor. You guys know that I don't really do sponsorships all that much. And when I do find something I genuinely love, I'll shout till the end of the world with it. And the people over at Chug know that, and they've sent me some more stuff. So we're going to take a look at it here on camera. I've opened the box and I've took the label off because I don't want you to see where I live. But other than that, I haven't opened the actual drinks. So let's have a look. It looks like we've got 2 new mugs. I know... I'm presuming I know what they are because he asked me what I want, and there's one in particular that I said something special about, and let's see if it's happened. Obviously, as you know, they come with this really cool bag. Look at that. They come in these really, really cool bags. Let's see. What's this one? Oh, look at that. Oh my God. Oh, it's got the metal tacks in the bottom now as well. The previous ones didn't have them. They've upgraded them slightly. Oh, that feels good, that one. Okay, so there's number 1 with my initials, Luke Gillings, right there. Now this must be the one with the special customization on it that I asked. Let's see. He might not have done it. He might not have been able to do it. But if he has, I would be, honestly, just amazed. Absolutely amazed. All right. Another beautiful bag. Oh, my God. This looks good. Can't get it out. So I've gone for a different color. Oh, look at that. Okay. How sick is that? And look what they've done for me. They've done the morale logo. How sick is that? The morale logo here for my new... Which, by the way, giveaway still going on. Ends on Monday. Link down below. Oh, my days. That is unbelievable. Oh, my God. I absolutely love it. I absolutely love it. If you want to get yourself one of these, 10% off, link down below. They keep your drink cold for a very long time. You get free customization and a free bag. You can't go wrong. They're handmade here in the UK by a small business. Support your small businesses. This is phenomenal. Now, when anyone comes over to the house... we can all be drinking like Vikings. Let's go. Oh, my days. That's incredible. That is absolutely incredible. I love the metal studs on the bottom. That's such a good idea. Oh my God, it looks incredible. I'm amazed. I'm absolutely amazed. Anyways, I could talk about them all day. This one with the Morale logo is forever going to be special to me. Forever. Okay. I've been waffling on for like 5 minutes now. Let's get this up. Let's break it down. Let's talk about it. Obviously, this is going to be quite I'm not going to say sensitive, but it could definitely bring back some bad memories if you have any form of military PTSD. So just be aware of that when you watch these videos. I've got a lot of veterans that watch these videos, and we've got to look after ourselves, lads. We've got to keep an eye on ourselves, on our mental health. And if these videos trigger something, then just be careful, okay, guys? If they don't and you feel right at home, then obviously that's great. But just be aware of that. And also be aware if you decide to put this on with anyone else in the house with you, right? Like if you're watching these videos and your dad or your granddad or your mother or your sister or your brother, they have military PTSD, just be aware of it, guys, okay? Because I've got friends who struggle watching this type of stuff. So, yeah, let's get into it. This video documentary covering actual events that happened during the war in Ukraine. The depiction here is not seeking to glorify violence. It should be served as a reminder of what men and women serving on the front lines are experiencing.
We based a lot of our assumptions and planning for Pervo 2 on our success in Pervo 1. And
Pervo 1 was the action of violence, the one that we watched, I'm pretty sure.
Let's go, boys!
Stay down, stay down.
Careful.
hurry, hurry.
Shoot the giant, the big one.
Drones in the sky, look at that. Oh my God, this one looks
What's up?
rough.
Is it mine?
Yeah.
Where?
Right there.
Whoa. The bloodiest battle. This one looks like it's going to be a rough one, guys. So just be prepared, okay? We don't want to be watching stuff that's too bad.
Second last town before coming into Donut City itself. You could literally see the lights from the city at nighttime in Pervomaysk. So the goal was obviously to get into Pisky and then start pushing Pisky to eventually try and make plans to go into Donetsk City.
Yeah, we did about 2 weeks of like pre-op training. So we used like a blown out village area to do like entering, clearing a building.
That's very standardized. That type of thing is like practicing these. It's not so much practicing the skills. These soldiers will already have these skills to be able to clear the buildings. It's being able to form SOPs for the lads that you're with so you understand how each other works. That's a massive, massive help. You can't just throw a bunch of people together and be like, all right, go into this war, because that's not as effective as a group of lads who have been working together and clearing buildings through practicing and then going into battle, because they form SOPs. They understand who's good at what, who struggles with some things, who's good at carrying stuff. Like all these little intricacies are really important. And so that's obviously what they benefited from with this practicing.
You know, dropping grenades into like the cellars or like the basements. Yeah, maneuvering over rubble, through rubble. Before that point, we had only done like 12 to 16 man operations. And this one we had 40, basically the whole unit. I think there was 42 of us and 8 Ukrainians.
We had expected to be out there for probably a few days, just by clearing during the day, holding at night, clearing at night if we could.
We did quite a lot of aerial reconnaissance, and we reviewed all the footage, each position that the teams are going to take, and we knew what we were doing, where we had to be, and where we were going to assault.
Every single person in the unit, from the bottom guy all the way to our higher ups,
Everyone looked at the footage. Everyone had an input. Everyone had a voice on planning the mission.
But again, the battle space changes constantly. So, you know, there might be more time to prepare as developments occur, or there might be less time as developments and opportunities present themselves.
Prior to that op, we had changed up our loadout quite a bit. We had ended up making some like different explosive devices just to kind of deal with the issue we ran into on Pervo 1 of the bunkers basically being kind of impenetrable.
In some positions, the Russians would knock out basement walls and dig tunnels. So like you can't really just use a grenade to kill everyone in a bunker. You know, we'd take the big non-stop containers, empty it out, and then we'd put like a kilogram, 800 to 1,000 grams of high explosive in it with a 3-second grenade fuse.
So they're obviously trying to improvise here quite a bit, and it makes sense. You can see this war. There's a lot of kind of guerrilla warfare going on, right? You've got lads hiding in bunkers, in basements, and they're digging tunnels, and that's a lot of guerrilla warfare. And you can see that they're really having to improvise and adapt, which is the hallmarks of a absolutely fantastic soldier, let's be honest.
The day before Pervo, we started doing the final preparations for the operation. We went through the drone footage one more time, did our battle ready ops for the equipment, gear, grenades, whatever we needed for the operation. This operation was going to be a long operation, so we were going to go in heavy, a lot of grenades, a lot of anti-tank weapons, a lot of basically everything.
We knew that it was going to be a big push, and it was going to be a long assault. And the goal obviously was, like I said, to get to the bridge and then to dig in and hold at the bridge.
Morale was high. We were making jokes. I remember we were singing "Dumb Ways to Die." Dumb ways to die. So many dumb ways to die. Getting shot by a sniper in the head. Stepping on a mine and blowing off your leg.
Cheerfulness in the face of adversity is one of the most important traits a soldier can have, is when you're in a really bad situation, is making light of it. That's why one of the ethos of being a Royal Marines Commando is cheerfulness in the face of adversity. It makes a difference. It makes a difference. Morale's got to be high. You gotta be in a good frame of mind, and it helps because if you're having a laugh, then it means that'll spread across your troop, and morale will go high as a whole, which is really important when you go into quite a horrific situation. This sounds like it's going to be bad. I mean, it's called the Bloodiest battle. It doesn't sound like it's going to come out really successfully, does it? Well, it might. It might be successful. It might be successful. It just might not be good.
Stepping on a mine and blowing off your leg.
So we have this. We had this really dark humor thing going on where, when we knew that a mission would come up, we had like a kind of countdown where it's like, oh, you're alive for 14 days. You're alive for 10 days. Oh, it's just one more day. Tomorrow you're gonna die.
Everybody going into an operation has a sense of anxiety because they're going into the unknown, and they know that that could be a potential death sentence for them. So there's always anxiety, and I get that same anxiety. But the moment that I step off, I go from being anxious to totally calm. And that's just my style. That's just my hardwiring.
A lot of people have different reactions when they get into a firefight. Like, we get told in training the Royal Marines that chances are when you start getting in a gunfight, you're probably going to burst into laughter because it's your body releasing different emotions, right? And if you've been in training for so long, right? Royal Marines training is 32 weeks of really difficult training. When you finally get that moment and you're being shot at and you're shooting other people, you're releasing so many different emotions, and it ends up in quite a lot of instances being laughter. Now, this person's obviously gone and done this a few times now, so it's not his initial contact with the enemy. But what I'm trying to get at is every time you make contact with the enemy, each person's going to react differently. Some people will panic for a little bit. Some people will be completely calm. Some people will feel like they've had a relief of tension, like, okay, it's happening, let's just get into it. Some people will just be completely in flow state and they'll crack on. And you will never know unless you actually are in that position. You think you might react a certain way because of X, Y, and Z in the past, right? In training, you acted a certain way. Maybe if you got into a fight on a night out, you acted in a certain way. But when you get into a gunfight, it's completely different, and you're not going to know unless it actually happens. So there you go.
There are other people who they maintain that level of anxiety, and their fear can kind of spike at different times. And I think that's also a good thing too, because you want to have that motivation to do something extraordinary or continue fighting or fight somebody to the bitter end. So there's nothing wrong with that, you know, and there's also a place for people being very calm. So, you know, it just takes all different sorts of types of people to do these types of jobs.
Mm-hmm.
I was pretty happy, and most of the guys are pretty happy, and morale was high, especially in July, due to the successes we had.
Based on the success of, you know, our prior mission in Pervo, we decided to go back to the same spot the next week and attack the same way.
What?
My GoPro just stopped recording, so I had to start it again. Let's hope it records the whole time. Alright, 5 minutes till step.
So we're getting into it now. It says Bravo team upright, so we must be getting the viewpoint of a few different teams here. Just like they did with the Company of Violence one. We had two different teams attacking the bunkers from two different sides. So I'm presuming we're going to get something similar here.
Just stay 10 feet in behind.
Charlie
okay?
team.
10 feet behind our team. You right up with me. Let's go. Right behind you, Jumbo.
Delta team. Alpha team. So this looks, I can see this is going to be a much bigger logistical battle, because there's 4 teams here that we've seen so far. Whereas as in the previous one, it was just the 2. So just bear that in mind in the top right. When it's flickering between footage, try to remember where each team is within the battle, okay?
All teams, RC vehicle, on the road, do not approach, do not touch.
You're going first. I will be the third, and Baymax will be the last.
Where are we moving?
We are moving to the side of this building with the rest of the team.
Roger.
Watch your step.
Alright boys, you ready?
Yep.
Alright, let's show these mongrel dog cunts why they should fear Charlie Company, eh? All call signs, this is Bravo, moving now, out.
Rubble, Roger, hold.
Ah, shit.
Put it back.
24 hours before the operation we're about to start, we get sent out to the Ukrainian positions closest to where we are going to attack. So during the night, we infill into the city, into Pervo-Maersk.
Humvees to come. They were taking us in groups in our squads, you know, so we had 4 squads, so about 4 Humvee trips. And I remember as we're just waiting for the Humvees to show up, we have night vision. We're just kind of sitting around, talking, bullshitting. I'm sitting there in the dark, and we had some Ukrainian engineers who spoke English. And I looked at one of them and I said, "Hey." And he's like, "What?" And I was like, "I have a question." Batanya. Like, sure. So, buckwheat. Why do you guys fucking eat so much buckwheat? And he looks at me and he goes, "Because it fucking grows everywhere, bro." And I'm like, makes sense why you guys eat a lot of buckwheat.
In the Pervo 2 operation, we entered Pervo the night before and stayed there approximately 24 hours in kind of a makeshift bunker. It was more of like a, you know, structure that had received some damage over the course of the hostilities there, and it had kind of a dugout area in the basement, so we waited there.
The evening
Yeah, it seems like that's quite a common occurrence over there is and it makes sense, right? If you could get somewhere in the middle of the night and stay in there for a little bit, the enemy doesn't know where you are and where you're coming from. They expect you to be coming from enemy lines, when the truth is you're already in a city, you're already in a bunker, you're good to go, you know what's going on. It's like everyone just appears out of nowhere. Element of surprise is obviously really important there. So and it's not just that, it's getting closer to the city. It's getting closer to the front line without the enemy knowing that you're coming, right? If you're coming from a far distance to the front line, they're going to see you coming from a mile away. Whereas if you're already kind of closer by, then you've already got that benefit of not being seen.
I think the operation started at like 1900 the day after. I am a point man. I've always been point man, so I was supposed to be the first man. We got a Ukrainian sapper with us that was going to clear the way, but I was right behind him. We go up to position Baghdad. There is the closest Russian position that we was supposed to clear.
I was a Charlie team leader for this operation, and the way we had it set up is we had a company assault that was going to assault Pervomaisk in the north and the south. We had it divided up into 2 sectors, north and south. My team specifically was supposed to start the assault by taking objective Baghdad. So in the drone recon footage that we took, we knew that we could not approach position Baghdad directly from the west due to anti-personnel mines and booby traps that we had seen within the trench and in front of it. So we had to get in behind it.
Fair one. Back with Charlie team here.
I want you guys to cover me and Jimmy. Yeah.
You'll have to let me know as well, by the way. I'm always trying to make the volume perfect. If the volume isn't great, let me know in the comments, and then the next time I record, I'll try and adjust it accordingly, okay, guys? I've got a balance between dialogue, my dialogue, you know, explosions and stuff like that.
Not tough.
Oh, that might have been a fucking non-stop.
Oh shit.
Sure, can't. If that's a fucking non-stop.
Charlie, this is Bravo. Confirm that explosion was a Red Bull, over.
It was Charlie throwing them.
Oh, it was a Red Bull.
It was?
Yeah.
Oh, Jesus. Damn.
Roger, acknowledged. Can this call sign step off now, over? Can't, that's fucked.
Step off, be advised.
We're there waiting. We can hear the battle start. And for us, for Bravo, it was on us to wait for Charlie to. They had a position to clear on their way up to us. I believe that position was named Baghdad.
Push up, Jumbo.
Oh, okay, okay. That's starting to make a bit more sense now.
Yeah. Moving.
Looks like there's obviously a lot of rubble and a lot of little ditches you could hide in, but for the most part, it looks quite open, this, doesn't it? Open to the point of if there was a sniper just a little bit elevated, it would be able to see everything, which is obviously very concerning. You're not seeing, like, woodlands around or too many buildings. It's just quite...
The position was like rubble. It was like a caved-in house. And the Russians were barricaded in the bunker under them. And,
oh, wow.
The Russians had barricaded all the entrances with other rubble, besides a single one in the middle of the house.
Ready, Frank?
I already fragged it twice.
Okay.
Get in there.
Getting in.
There's guys might be in there.
So he's entering this now, which is incredibly dangerous, knowing that there's enemies in there. They've fragged it twice. They're barricading themselves in. Being point man at this point, no one wants to do that.
Yeah. That guy's in there.
We start throwing in grenades and improvised explosives. There is an entrance facing east. It looks like almost like a murder hole.
God damn.
We couldn't really find the entrance to this position, so we started throwing in hand grenades through this murder hole. Something caught fire in there.
Get it right in that hole.
When this happened, now the battle really starts. And more.
This type of fighting is obviously becoming very prominent in Ukraine, where people are barricading themselves in basements. Like, this is, along with the drones, it seems to be like one of the most common things we're seeing. And it's obviously a very dangerous situation because, one, if you're the person in the bunker, right, your back's up against the wall. You cannot get out. If they know you're in there, they're just going to stay there until you pop your head out. And so it's almost as if you've got two options: fight to the death and be happy to just take as many as you can with you, or surrender. Whereas if you're the person assaulting the basement, you can't really just go in because you're going to get lit up. First person through that entranceway into the basement is going to get lit up. So you're going to be throwing grenades and stuff down there. But at the same time, you don't want to waste all your... Like, these have got a whole battle ahead of them, a whole assault ahead of them. They don't want to be wasting all the grenades on this very first part, do they? So it's this weird standoff. Also, he's missing a little finger. I wonder if that happened during the war or if that was something after or something during this battle.
More and more sporadic gunfire starts, more and more artillery, more and more drones.
No, there's no sufficient opening, bro.
It must be inside the house.
Building looks a mess, doesn't it?
Get down!
After the explosions went off, yes, the Russians then knew we were there.
Yeah.
So that's when a lot of IDF and machine gun fire started opening up.
Yeah. IDF, indirect fire. It's going to happen. They're going to start spraying and praying in that direction. They're going to want to, like, stop them from advancing, you know, hopefully catch a few at the same time, but it's a dangerous situation at this point. Any drones?
Dropper! Dropper!
Are they saying dropper? Does that mean it's one of the drones that drops munition? Is that what they called it? A dropper?
Reloading!
Other teams in the south part of Pervo-Mayesk were able to start their assault while I was supposed to be assaulting in conjunction with Bravo team. So I knew that we had to move up and get online with Bravo so that we can then start assaulting through Pervo-Mayesk together, being online.
Yeah, makes sense.
Roger. Get in the bad guys. We dropped 2 seconds.
Once they
God, lots of rounds just pinging everywhere, isn't there? Like, it's so frustrating.
Teams that the Russians couldn't effectively fight from that position, they would then push forward to me. So once that was clear, I believe they radioed to me saying that they were now on their way. So it was now for us to then push out and go.
Slava Ukraine.
Good.
Yep.
Get us the launcher.
Launcher, we need the launcher. C90, C90.
We step off for the objective, and the first thing that we see when we come out of the bunker is a drone overhead.
Enemy drones overhead. Fuck.
Enemy drone.
Can you see it?
Yeah, right there. Can shoot it?
Confirm enemy drone over Kyiv, over.
Although you don't want to shoot down and engage friendly drones, when all the drones look the same and nothing is done to distinguish what is friendly and what isn't, you know, you're not going to take the risk. So
I actually spoke about that in, I think it was one of the previous videos recently, where they're so small to ID. Yes, you could be told that we've got a drone in the sky, but if you're being told I've got a drone in the sky and you see 3 up there, I'm going to start shooting them down. I'm going to be like, well, get yours into a certain position or lower it down so we know where it is, and I'm going to shoot the rest. But at the same time, these guys haven't got like comms. They haven't identified any sort of friendly drone. You know, they would know about it. Start getting the rounds down and get rid of the thing.
So we start going out there, we start crawling out of Kyiv, we see the drones, and they're like, Dave, what do we do? I'm like, fuck it, just shoot it. So we start shooting at it.
Yeah, let's come back in.
We have to fucking shoot it.
You don't want to be giving away your location.
Fuck you, cunt.
Oh, stop.
It's very hard to hit a drone, they're very small.
Yeah.
But when you do fire at them, it usually prompts them to leave or at least get further away. So if they're going to watch us, they're going to watch us, that's fine. The ones we're concerned about are the droppers, the ones that drop the grenades on us.
I mean, that being said, yeah, he's obviously more concerned about the other ones, but I wouldn't want him seeing where we are at all. I want to get rid of that information because, again, like I've said plenty of times on these videos, the more information you have, the bigger advantage you have. That applies to the enemy. The less information they have, the worse they're going to be. And so, yeah, you don't want to be there's this balance, right? You don't want to waste all your ammunition shooting something that's basically a needle in the sky. Like, it's so hard to shoot something that small, especially when it's moving. And they move fast, them drones as well. And so you are going to prioritize the ones that drop stuff. I totally understand that. But just like he did, you're going to at least want to get a few rounds off to try and make it disappear, or chances are you might hit it, right? You might get lucky and hit it. But really and truthfully, you just want it to go away.
We're ready.
Yep.
The Ukrainian sapper would lead us out of Kyiv, across the road adjacent to Kyiv there, and he would lead us down.
Let's just go around those buildings.
Is that friendly over us?
Okay.
Okay.
Go. Oh, we're moving, boys.
Goes off a bomb, I think. Run out.
It's got nothing hanging. It's got nothing hanging. This is Bravo C again, over.
Facing.
On my team, we worked entirely as just our teams this time. It wasn't like a mixed-up group. We did have some additional support. We had, you know, some snipers with us as well that were supposed to hang back and provide overwatch. I guess they made the decision not to do that just due to the fact that there was not any elevation for them to get good shots, so they rolled with us.
Like I was saying, it looks like a very flat area with not much like there's lots of little bits of cover, but not big cover like buildings or forestry or anything like that. And so, yeah, if a sniper wants to get rounds down, they could have a clear shot across that area, but they would also be sitting ducks because they would be seen like crazy, wouldn't they? So I get that.
We pushed forward, and we were trying to maintain like our lane with our you know, our sister group over here, Alpha. We're moving forward with them. We ended up pushing forward without any resistance pretty far, probably about a good 200 to 300 meters before we got our first contact, which was a supposedly a regional or local HQ position or a bunker position. And it was heavily fortified. They had some traps set up in there. Like one of the standing buildings had stacks of AT mines in all the corners.
Wow.
Machine guns right where that second round hit.
We get to the first Russian position, which was like a small.
So they've got a drone in the sky. They do have a friendly drone in the sky by the looks of this footage. This is Delta team though, so it's not the same as that Aussie lad, but still, the other one was it Charlie team? I think it was the other team, the Aussie lad. I think I might be wrong there. But yeah, they've got a drone in the sky, so they do have friendlies up there, and they must be aware of it. I'm trying to look at this building. It just looks a mess, doesn't it? Like, there's going to be areas all over the place there that you could be hit. It could be traps. Look at the foliage all over it, growing inside it. There could be traps anywhere in there.
Small bunker / cellar, and we start shooting at it. We're taking fire back. We're throwing grenades at it.
Hey, CB, yeah. Through that room. We gotta go forward. One guy on that machine gun. You guys cover.
Ooh, that's close.
While we were fighting through this, you know, we had to be very careful not to throw anything that could get close to those AT mines, because that would have just killed fucking everybody.
Yeah.
If one of them had gone off. We ended up fighting through that position. We thought we'd kill all the Russians in there.
This is a really good bit of footage here, right? You've obviously got two teams here, right? You've got the one that's just behind my head. I always keep my head a bit higher up so that you can see the subtitles. So I'm just going to bring it down a bit. You got a team right here going right side of this first building on the right, and then you've got a team kind of going through the middle of it here with 1, 2, 3 lads there and 1, 2 on that side. There's another lad down here by the tree, another lad down here. So I'm not sure if he's going to split with that one or come around here. It's all Delta team. at the end of the day, but they're obviously breaking up into small groups just to try and clear these buildings a little bit quicker. But at the same time, it just looks horrendous trying to clear that, doesn't it? I'm presuming within each team, there's different fire teams, right? Like, so within each troop, I mean, it's different structures, isn't it, for different units? But we would have a troop, and that troop would have 2 fire teams, right, within a company. And the 2 fire teams would be a team of, so it would be 2 teams of 5, and then a troop, which would be the team of 10. So the 2 fire teams. But obviously, you might not be getting that same structure. You've got 2 lads down here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 lads altogether, I think I can see.
We learned a little bit later that we did not.
A lot of grenades down there, and we thought we cleared it, so we said, fuck it, let's go. We kept moving on. So we kept pushing.
So they thought they cleared it. I think there's about 8 lads in Delta team there. I might be wrong. That was a good bit of footage from the zoom out there. Let's get that. Let's pause it right there. All right, so you've got this road right here. We've got 1 team here. Obviously, we don't really know where the rest of the teams are. So obviously, this was some sort of village. All these buildings around the side here. There's not much like forestry or woodland. It's just literally foliage and burnt trees by the looks of it, or dead trees. And so apart from these absolute ruined buildings, there isn't that much cover unless you're laying belly to the ground, which is kind of rough, isn't it?
11 o'clock, green sandbag is also friendly position.
After the last friendly line, we are pushing to the more forwards. Maybe it was like 100 meters, and we find the enemy bunkers. So we team leaders setting the baseline and putting to the machine gun positions.
Fire support team, move up on Bloodiest! Fire support team, moving!
So me and the teammate asserting to the bunker. So we are more forward, but there was in the front, they don't have something good cover. So we just holding the position, shooting to the bunker, try to find a good covering for the asserting.
Trying to look at this footage here. This must be one of the bunkers right here. You can see rounds coming out of it. Looks like a mess again. You've got like a small area here, a small area here. Maybe there's one on the right here above my head that they could escape, and one over here on the left. But they are buried in there, aren't they? Jesus.
So my teammate got a shot, and I have a ricochet in my left chase.
Oh my God.
I can't, help me! Hey, give me! I'm hit!
So there's 2 lads there that have been hit. One that's been directed, one that's got shrapnel. Obviously, this one of the worst things that can be happening right now, because they're trying to get into that bunker and try and clear it. Or not even trying to get into it, but just trying to throw frags into it and get rounds down towards it, and they've been hit. Again, this is one of them situations where there's just so much crap on the floor, rubble, that it's hard to distinguish where rounds are coming from, where rounds are going, and inevitably someone gets hit by a ricochet. It's not good, is it?
Are we going to go there? Window! Can you walk? Go! Go!
We got to the point where we had to now cross the road to get over to the other side to then start pushing forward, because where we were right now was where Charlie were going to come up in a few minutes to then help support us.
Right.
Everyone over here. There's a cellar entrance on this side of the building. Watch it.
Yeah, we're going to frag it, okay?
No, we're going to have it fucking fire support here. Cellar, entrance to the cellar's just there on the corner, okay? FSG, watch that wall, watch to the right, and Yorkie, watch their backs, okay?
Get it?
Stay down, stay down!
Right across the road from us was the infamous red brick building where the Russians were in that we could not clear. And we thought we'd have a better luck this time because at this stage we had made our own sort of hand grenades. We called them non-stop bombs. We're across the road from red brick. I'm sort of figuring out trying what to do. But I thought we could at least push across the road. But it was at this stage pretty much where everything just went not really bad, but really intense.
Yeah, it's really kicked off at this point, hasn't it? Let's be honest, it's going to get rough. It's going to get really rough.
My call sign is 10 meters south across the road from the red brick. Over.
Roger. You'll be advising of the friendlies moving up the flow.
This is Bravo, Roger, over. Hey, Charlie's gonna be pushing up from our fucking southwest now, okay?
We need to move that direction to link up with Bravo. Let's go. 2 guys in front of me. Sapper first, let's go.
Come on, guys. Sapper up front.
Jesus.
You good? Yeah. Let's go, we have to move. We have to.
What's happened to that lad that's screaming? Has he been hit or has he just hurt his knee?
After being in comms with the team leader in Bravo, Dave, I had to try and find him. So as we were walking up, like I said, we were coming under a lot of fire.
Where? Over there?
That's Kiev. We need to go there.
Where?
South building.
So very disorientated at this point, trying to figure out where to go. They can hear all sorts of stuff. Obviously, this is the worst cases where you're like, shit, I forgot where. Or not even forgot, but I'm disorientated. I need to get my bearings real quick, figure out where we are, and move accordingly. That's stressful.
Right there.
As we were pushing up, there was some separation between myself
Shit.
and the rest of the team at some point. And one of our guys in the team succumbed to a dropper drone, and he became a casualty.
Oh my God.
Man down!
Man down! Man down!
Who's down? Jumper's down!
We need to...
Why is it saying applause? I think it thinks the gunfire is applause on the subtitles. Jesus Christ.
Push up.
Bad timing there for the subtitles.
Hold on.
Yeah! Let's go!
For this operation, if we knew that if we were going to take casualties, that we had to stay in the firefight and keep fighting.
Yeah.
So if the casualty was taken, they were to find cover and hold out, and then we would come and retrieve them later.
And there's a thing in the military that everybody says, like, we'll never leave a person behind. But the thing is like, it doesn't play out that way in reality. And it was the right decision because he ended up surviving. Now, if the entire team had stopped,
yeah,
and we had tried to lift him out of there, we would have been the perfect target for
Yeah.
a dropper or a drone. And we probably all would have been injured, and he probably would have died.
That's the thing. You've really got to adapt to what's going on and understand what's going on. My presumption is he was in a state where they were able to crack on and he was able to just sit there and hold tight. And in that decision, you know, one of the corporals, sergeants, whoever it is with the ranking or whoever's in charge, whoever gets appointed in charge, has to make that shit decision of, all right, lads, we're just going to crack on and we'll come back for him. We're going to have to come back for him. And they made that decision because obviously it would have benefited in the long run. And so they're the decisions that nobody wants to make. Nobody wants to make.
So, you know, it's counterintuitive to think that leaving a guy for now is the right thing to do because it's so driven into you to never leave anybody behind. But that's just the way it is. It's not what you expect all the time.
So we just kept on pushing, and we got to this weird building that had like these diamond shapes in the wall. Like you could kind of like see through, like it was a wall full of these diamond like see-throughs. Might have been a Russian position. Apparently there was a bunch of anti-tank mines in it. But we get in there, and myself and Lance are paired in this building. The rest of the team of Delta is going past us, and we're kind of providing fire support.
Go, go, go. Come on, let's go left, go left. position now on your left in front of you. I'm gonna put Going out on. Drag out! Drag out!
Boom.
I believe at some point during the fight we had lost our radio, so unfortunately we didn't have comms.
That's like losing your radio and not having comms is horrendous. Horrendous. Because you don't even, you need to be super, super aware of where all your friendly positions are at that point and where you've got to be at what time if you haven't got comms. And then you got to link up and figure out how you can get comms because it's everything. Having comms is everything.
With HQ, they had us on drones. They were watching us move forward, but we weren't really in line with Alpha. They had encountered some pretty stiff resistance at a bunker.
These guys are still struggling.
Take cover, mate. That's it. Are you okay? Okay. You gotta get down, man. You gotta get down. I'm not hit. Fuck. I will go back. I can't move my hand. Just cut off my fucking sleeve, man. I need to see where I'm hit.
Says he can't move his hand.
Fuck. Okay, I need you to bandage me. Bandage, okay.
I was with the teammate.
Get down, rocket! Get down, get down!
And get some cover to him.
Jeez.
Okay? I got a shot to the motor.
Get go! Get go, it's dangerous. Okay, okay. Tony, fuck. Where you hit? Where you hit?
Oh my god, this sounds like a nightmare.
I thought I losing my arm, so I want to pick up to my arm, but it's still in my holding to my body, so my arm is not working, my shoulder is not working, so my arm is I can feeling and I can moving, so I'm trying to the one hand to the tourniquet, and it was very hard to.
Oh my days.
Tourniquet, finally! Tourniquet! High and tight.
Come on, Alpha team. My days.
We have to go. Nulan, you can walk it? Yes, can you? Yeah. Just go. Go.
Wow.
As we were 20 meters away and about to...
I'm going to pause it there. We're just over halfway, which means we should be able to get both parts of this video done within 3 videos. Let me know what you think in the comments. Ended quite rough there at the end, where obviously the lad was injured, but he was okay. He was able to walk. He was able to crack on, and he survived, which is great. He just said he lost movement in his arm, but obviously not permanently, which is fantastic. This sounds like, I can see why it's called the bloodiest battle. Like, it just sounds nasty from start to finish, doesn't it? I wouldn't want to be in their position at all. The terrain was horrendous. The visuals were bad because of so much like trash everywhere, right? There's buildings that are broken down. We don't know where the bunkers are. There's foliage everywhere. There's barely any cover. It just sounds like an absolute nightmare, doesn't it? Let me know what you think in the comments. I will leave a link down below to the original video. Obviously, go over and give it some love. These guys over at the International Legionnaires Ukraine, these documentaries that they're putting up seem to just be absolutely fantastic. I am baffled at how well they're able to make this. And this only came out like 6 months ago. So please go over there, give it some love. Check out Chug as well, 10% off. Look at them new ones. Absolutely brilliant. And also check out Morale. You've got till Monday to enter the giveaway before the Kickstarter starts. If you want to get yourself a pack of my Morale cans, my new business, which I'm really passionate about, link down below as well. Until next time, there won't be another video today because I've been putting up 2 videos a day. Because this is a bit longer, I'd rather take my time with this video and just put up the 1 video. I'd like to know what you think about that in the comments. If you prefer shorter videos and more of them, let me know in the comments. Until next time, I love you all. Have a wonderful day. Goodbye.